chosen ones, you know, you might feel like it's the most painful thing you go through, being discarded. But I've seen the beauty and the detail and the blessing behind being discarded. And hopefully through this video, you'll start to see that too. Well, at least I hope so. But discard can be very brutal. I've touched upon this in other videos. But it can be very brutal, the last stages of the relationship as it draws to a close. And you seem to ruminate and go over this happening, you know, after the relationship's run its course with the narcissist. You seem to go over and go over and go over, you know. You may have even pled to them. You may have been trying to sort it out. They may have been putting you on silent treatment, or totally alienating you, silent treatment, and they put you through such pain, and it brings you to what you feel is one of the lowest points in your life. But through that struggle and through that, there is a beauty in it. There's a divine order that's in place in why this takes place. But all the experts, they seem to glorify the narcissist. If you're searching for help, they seem to glorify the narcissist as if these people have some special abilities, and you know, they really glorify them, even the ones that seem to be, say, on our side. And that's my reason for doing these videos, because I want to bring the true picture of what is the reality. Yeah. Please press the like and the subscribe button. Help your brother out. It'll take 2 seconds of your time. Thank you. But the first things first, we have to understand that these narcissists, they're not on our level. So back to when we was trying to sort it out with them, and we was trying to solve problems, or trying to reach out to them and try and speak to them, or just sit down like adults, or just like a normal relationship of what you expect to happen after spending a long period of your life with these individuals. You know, even if it was only a year or a couple years, you spent a long period of life together with them, you got intimate with them, and you expect some decency out of them. But the fact of the matter is that will always fail, and it always fall flat on its face. You're not going to be able to get any kind of real discussion with these individuals. They do this in the aim to cause pain towards you. You have to understand everything that you felt along the journey of this discard. Yeah, everything that you felt was part of their plan to finish you off. Yeah, they wanted to bring such destruction to your life to finish you off. And I touched upon it in another video about how they want to make you commit suicide, but this video is not so much about that. But at the end of the spectrum, they wanted to finish you off to make you commit suicide. And the reason why they're doing this is they are knowing of why they're doing this. This is what you have to understand. So when these actions are taking place and they're being harsh to you, they're being horrible to you, they planned it out and they're aiming to be harsh. But after the matter's all done and done with, they don't know why they've done this to you. And they find themselves lost and thinking, why did I do that to them? This person was actually good to me. They was a good source of supply. Why did I actually drag them through the mud so much? And they forget the reason why. Yeah. And it was probably something small you done along the journey that really damaged their ego, then caused them a narcissistic injury. You probably done something along the journey that caused them a narcissistic injury, and they wanted to finish you off for this reason. But they seem to forget, or it seems less important, even if they've got the memory of what you've done to them, that it seems less important in comparison to what they've done to you, and they find themselves feeling stuck. But what you have to understand is, yeah, us as empaths, as chosen ones, we're cut from a different cloth, and we would have put up with this rubbish until the end of time. We would have put up with this stuff with them. If we look at reality situation, we wasn't going to leave them. There may have been times along the journey where we considered leaving them, but we didn't want to destroy an individual. We knew that if we left them without nothing, and we left them, a lot of us built these lot up to be something that they are today. Yeah, we built them up so much. yeah. And we felt like if we left them, we would have caused them the harshest blow. So a lot of us stuck around past the sell-by date, putting up with rubbish, just because we didn't want to hurt someone's feelings. A lot of us deep down knew that we could do better, even when we was in the relationship. But we put up with it for so long, then the discard happened, and it took us off our feet, brought us to our lowest point that we felt in our lives, yeah? That's how we felt during this phase of the discard. But the reason and the beauty that I mentioned about it earlier on, the beauty is in the detail. You have to understand that something out there, whether you believe in God, you believe in the universe, you believe in something greater than what you are, yeah? There's some positive force out there, energy, however you want to look at it. The good over the bad, the good, yeah? Something good out there chose you and made you separate from this individual. They knew that they were bringing you nothing but pain during the relationship, and they caused them to turn on you. It caused them to turn on you because they were exposed. They began to be exposed. As I said, you damaged you caused them an injury. You might have exposed them a little. You caused them an injury, and they went full force in to finish you off. At the furthest end of the spectrum is to commit suicide, where the most deranged ones will want you to do. Yeah. And we have to see why the universe or God separated us from these individuals. Yeah. And the beauty is now, what I'm talking about is they separated you for you to know your worth, for you to know your value. You see, after my original discard, do you know how many narcissists I've run into? Countless of them, like countless amounts of them. And I didn't actually let the situationships get that far because I've had discernment, naturally occurring discernment that we pick up. Not even us practicing discernment, but naturally occurring discernment started to teach me how these individuals that I was encountering were narcissists, and it was basically very dangerous zone to be entering into. That's what a lot of us get caught up into, yeah? So straight after the discard, we might go with someone else as well because we see that they're moving on their social media, and we get jealous and things like this, yeah? Or not jealous, but we get a bit like, it hurts us a little, it scars our heart. So we feel like we need to move on, yeah? And then we start posting stuff and stuff like this. This stuff, yeah, is just toxic, and it makes us go with another narcissist. And this is the problem. So that's why we have to, if you've been separated from them from a little while now, and you're practicing no contact, and you know you're doing no contact to the best of your abilities, even if you've got children with them, you're practicing it, or you're doing it to the best of your ability now, then there's someone better out there for you. There's someone destined who's your divine counterpart, who's out there for you. And this is why this discard was a true blessing, because once you land into this individual that I'm talking about, yeah, don't put everything into meeting another person as that's the most important thing in your life. Along the journey, while through separation, I'll touch on this first, is they want you, God and the universe wants you to bring your true calling, wants you to develop your true purpose, yeah? A lot of you can do a range of things, from writing books to poetry to even YouTube itself, to anything it can be. I'm just listing things, yeah? I'm just listing things, but the list is endless because we've all got talents, yeah? And I'm not saying I'm talented, so that's why I'm doing YouTube. I'm doing YouTube because I've got some experience, so I'm just sharing it. Yeah, I'm not calling myself a so-called expert or anything like that. But I feel like I touch on the subject in a different matter than these so-called experts are doing, and I feel like it's something that needs to be done to help you lot out there. But because they separate spirituality. They don't really involve spirituality in the narcissism that you hear on a lot of these experts talk about, and they're very stuck and ingrained in their ways of calling it a personality disorder, and it's confusing a lot of us because it gives us certain answers, but it doesn't give us the whole answer. So where was I? Yeah. So we have to see that this discard took place because we was never going to move forward with our lives. We was never going to know our true calling. We was never going to run into line with our purpose. Now, I'm not expecting you, who's just been out of a relationship for a year, maybe even if you've been out of this relationship for 3-4 years, I'm telling you, it can take a period of time. It can take 5 years before you land onto your purpose, but along the way you'll develop your craft. You'll be studying. I'm just saying that you'll develop your purpose, and you can also run into the individual who's destined for you, your destined soulmate, your divine counterpart, your twin flame, someone who's empathetic, someone who's got a beautiful soul and spirit about them as well. Yeah, you can run into those individuals because you've now discerned and practiced discernment from learning what is not that. So you will be able to recognize these qualities in someone. You see how we was able to run into a narcissist and recognize their qualities like they had qualities. All of us fell into their trap where we thought they had some qualities about them from beforehand. We thought that they had, so we fell in love with something that wasn't true. But now we know they're not true. Now we know the evil. We are now able to recognize the good. So therefore, when we encounter the good people, or these chosen people, or these empaths, or we encounter our divine counterpart, we'll be able to recognize those qualities and dwell in tranquility with those individuals. So just don't worry, man. Stop missing the narcissist, because everything you missed wasn't real. Everything you missed was a lie, and I know it hurts, but it wasn't real. I'm not saying that these lot didn't love you. I'm trying to say that these lot loved you to the best point that they could as a narcissist, which is absolutely nothing, because they're demonic entities. Yeah, they loved you for their own gain. They loved you. They're very sick and sadistic. That's why I said to you, they hurt you so bad towards the end of this discard to make you commit suicide. And I think that's a message that needs to kind of get out there. So I've touched on that in a couple of videos recently. But I feel like if this is the first video that you're watching, then you need to get that message. So, but yeah, just know that it was a blessing, the discard. It was a blessing from God. It was a blessing from the universe. And you will meet your divine counterpart, your soulmate. You will meet the person that's destined for you. And along the way, you're going to develop your purpose. I'm not sure which way around it's going to work. But look for your purpose first, man. Don't go looking for them, because they'll come and they'll encounter you. You can look for these empaths and stuff like that too. I'm just saying, try and focus on your purpose as well along the course of the journey. And you have that combined. So you'll have your purpose, things that you're doing, poetry, writing a book, doing whatever, your business, whatever. You'll develop something other than a 9 to 5. You'll develop some sort of purpose, and you'll also find your person that you're destined to be with. So anyway, I'll leave the video there. Thanks for watching. Please press the like and subscribe button, and I'll catch you all soon. Peace.